Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Marissa and I'm a reviewer for bags. Today I have the Vestirsi Bella 3-in-1 convertible bag. I'm really excited about this one because I saw it all over Instagram for the longest time, and now I finally had a chance to put it to the test in person in my daily life and also on an actual trip slash vacation overseas. So I'm excited to share with you the quick features, what fits inside, and also the pros and cons I observed after traveling with this bag. The Bella is made of really high quality Italian leather in a pebble texture, which is this like bumpiness on it. And it's a convertible style with 3 options. So option 1, you can wear it as a shoulder bag. Option 2, you can extend it so that it's a crossbody. Or option 3, you can turn it into a backpack. And on the outside, there aren't any pockets or anything, but you do have these little belt loops on the bottom so that you can tuck in the extra strap length and keep it looking a little bit cleaner. On the top, you have a zipper compartment, and on the inside, you've got 3 pockets. So the first one is this zipper one on the back. And then on the other side, you have 2 open side-by-side pockets. You can kind of see them there. And the straps are adjustable, and there's a pretty wide range of adjustment. So if I pull out one end here, on the far end of it, you have these like 5 holes to adjust when you're wearing a crossbody. And then when you move further up the strap up here, you've got another like 4 or 5 so that you can adjust how it's worn as a shoulder bag. Later on, when I like put this on my body, you can see how it fits my frame and my height to give you like a better sense of the scale. But last thing is that this Bella is the classic size. I believe Vestirsi has 3 different sizes of the Bella. There's a mini, this classic, and then there's an XL. So just to be really clear, like this one is the classic. There are smaller and larger options. So if you're looking at this and you're like, oh, I wish it was smaller or I wish it was larger, they exist. So now I want to show you what can fit inside, and then we can get into my experience using it on a recent trip. So for what fits inside, I think the #1 question people always have is, will their laptop fit? So I just grabbed my standard 13-inch MacBook here, and it fits in really nicely the long way. So I'm just gonna put that in first. The second thing I'll put in is the biggest water bottle I have, which is this, just to show you the bag's capacity. And when I got this bag, I wanted to be able to use it for travel. So for example, when I was traveling in Lisbon, I always wanted to carry around a water bottle because you're just walking so much. So I wanted to put that to the test. And I also brought like a little cosmetic bag here, one of my little wallets. I'll throw those in. Foldable brush, my sunglasses, my Aquaphor, a hand sanitizer, and wallet. And then also my Kindle. This is the little Kindle Basic 6-inch size. I'll put that in as well. And then I always brought a light jacket when I was traveling. So this is like a lot of stuff that I'm putting in there, but I just wanted to show you just like the sheer capacity of it. Like keep in mind, I put in like a full-size laptop. I'll put in another one of these. I put in a full-size laptop, a gigantic water bottle, and this light jacket, which is like a puffy one, right? Like it's not like a thin cardigan. And it is gonna zip comfortably closed. Ta-da. So all of that fits in the classic size of the Bella. The Vestirsi website has a lot of pictures that show the different size Bellas on different height models. But I figured I would show you what it looks like on my frame too, just in case it's helpful. So this is the classic size, and I'm 5'5". And generally when I wear it in the shoulder configuration, I have it on the first hole in the set of short holes. So these are the short ones you would use to wear in a shoulder, and then the long set of holes over here is what you would switch it to when you want crossbody. So I usually use the first one. And I like that length because that allows me to go from shoulder to backpack at a length that I like, so that I don't have to adjust it any further when it goes into the backpack style. So in the backpack style, I like it to sit about here. And I like where it falls on my body at this length. And so if you want it to be shorter, you still have all of the other holes to play with. Again, this is like the longest short version. I personally don't like wearing it as a crossbody that much because it's kind of big to have around your waist or your bum. And I generally don't like how that looks, so I try to avoid it if I can help it. I would much rather go from shoulders into backpack than going into a crossbody. But if you don't mind and you're okay with crossbody, that is always gonna be an option for you. I just prefer to keep it here so that I don't have to go back and forth. I already have the 2 out of the 3 configurations that I like at this length, so I generally keep it here. Now that I've had the Bella for a while and have brought it with me on a trip, I can share the pros and cons that I noticed. We'll start with the good things, which are first, really great quality leather. The pebble texture is actually a smart choice because it hides scratches and wear really well. I find that any scratches or any creasing gets camouflaged whenever you have like a pebble texture material. So it's been pleasant to note that there's no like major damage that I've found after wearing it and like not treating it very well. Like I'm pretty rough on my bags and I haven't found any issues with scratches or anything on the main leather. So that's really great. Next is the configuration. So the fact that you can change it to 3 different styles, I was worried that it would be a little gimmicky. Like no matter what you do, you won't have a perfect any of those 3. You just have like an okay 3 bags. But actually I feel like they did a great job. I feel like I get a true shoulder bag, a true backpack, and a true messenger bag when I want it. So it's good to know that the functionality was not compromised in the design of like the convertible styles. So that's great. Next is that the inside of the bag is lined in a light material. I have strong preferences about the color of the lining. And the reason for that is because if you look in, you can see here, you can see straight to the bottom of the bag right away. If the lining was black or like a dark color, this becomes a black hole. And look how big and how deep it is already. If I had this on my shoulder and the lining was dark, it would take me forever to find what I need. But because it's light, I can spot what I need really quickly and just grab it, pull it out, and it's good to go. Next is if I'm gonna use my jacket to stuff this as an example. But whenever I wore this, especially when I was carrying heavy things like the laptop or the water bottle, like something heavy, right? And I had it on my shoulder, and if your shoulder gets tired, I was like, okay, fine, I can swap shoulders, but like, it's not great. So I knew that I had the backpack option in case I wanted to go hands-free, but what I forgot and then discovered as soon as I started wearing it this way is the load distribution between your 2 shoulders is a lifesaver. When you're traveling, like I went to Lisbon, so there's a lot of walking, a lot of stairs, and I was carrying a water bottle and my shoulder would get so tired. So when I was able to do this, oh my God, I was like, oh, thank God, because my body was able to take a break. The load was distributed across both of my shoulders and I felt so much lighter and like my back was like, thank you. So it's really nice to be able to do that. Another thing I noticed is, and didn't realize until I started, using it, is the straps don't fall off your shoulder when you're wearing it as a backpack because they meet at in the middle at the top. So it stays on your shoulder really well and they're not going anywhere. So I didn't have to keep adjusting and like pulling it up at all. It just stayed put and I never had to touch it again. So that's a great backpack configuration. Next, I also realized I have a lot of peace of mind when I'm wearing it as a backpack. I thought I would be annoyed that there are no pockets on the outside, but I realized that makes it so like pickpocket proof, especially when you have it on your back and you can't see or feel anything. Knowing that no one could get in, like, look, how would you unzip that, right? And there's no pockets on the outside. So I can wear it on my back and not have to worry about any of my possessions getting filched while I'm traveling. So that was really nice as well. So let's talk about the things that I think could be a little better. First, I like that the straps are adjustable and convertible, but because of the way the bag is designed, you're always gonna have straps that are crossing over each other a little bit. So they're never gonna be able to be like completely flat underneath one another. They're always gonna have to twist. So it prevents it from looking as sleek as I would like. And I think that matters more to me because the way that the bag is designed, you already have some like looseness here with the ends of the straps, like no matter what, right? You're gonna have dangling loops there. You already have dangling loops up here. And now you have more like distraction from the lines of the bag there. So there's a lot of things that are like sticking out. I would prefer it to look sleeker. I would prefer for it to look more tucked in with more clean lines, but because it's like a slouchy style, it is a little bit more forgiven. But yeah, I just like wish that there was something I could do to keep it a little bit more flattened in all these different parts of the bag. Other things I think the Bella could do a little bit better on is the zipper. So it's already hard enough to have a zipper on a slouchy bag because it prevents the zipper from staying straight when you need to like zip and unzip it. Luckily, because of the slouch, like you can get some distance between the zipper and like your arm to be able to do it. But I noticed that aside from just the fact that it's slouchy, the zipper does catch quite a lot. So especially coming back, it didn't have to do the shape. Even if I have it completely straight, the zipper caught sometimes. So I know that's being nitpicky, but it's something that I ran into. Next is the fact that it can't stand up on its own. I know it's meant to be slouchy, but the fact that it couldn't do that was annoying because when I have it open and I needed to put things in or take things out, I had to keep like holding it up and like holding the walls of the bag up for me to use because it kept like going like that. And I was like having to like fight it a little bit just to be able to access what I needed to. Then lastly, I wish I had more pockets on the inside. So the way that the Bella is designed is it's not very wide at the bottom, right? The base is this wide, but it's very tall. So what ends up happening is when I use it, I stack my things up inside. So whenever I'm reaching in, I do have to like swim through all those things to get what I need. Whereas if I had more pockets, I think I would have less of this issue. Having the two pockets that are like the two open ones that were next to each other, they're not very big. They're like barely bigger than a credit card. You couldn't really put much in there. So the real functional one is like the zipper one. So I do wish that the zipper, there would be more of like those inside organization features, just because, again, this is the classic. If you had the like XL version, like imagine how many things you're putting in there that you would need to find. So again, that's being a little nitpicky, but those are the things that I noticed after traveling. So final thoughts on the Bella. Vestirsi did a really good job with the 3-in-1 functionality. I don't think it's like some sort of gimmick or marketing thing. You really do get 3 bags in one, and you get a proper shoulder, backpack, and crossbody when you need it. But also to go back and forth between each of those shapes is so seamless. So for example, if I have a shoulder and I want a backpack, all I have to do is pull. I don't have to disconnect any straps and reattach them and then like adjust the length. You don't need to do that with the Bella because it's so nicely designed that it doesn't put that much work on you to be able to take advantage of all 3 configurations. I would definitely recommend this for someone who is either like traveling and you just want like one bag, but also someone who's carrying heavy things like a laptop or a big water bottle, something that you know is really going to tire your shoulders throughout a long day. This is going to give you the option to go into a backpack and save yourself some of that like stress on your back while also looking fashionable. There are a lot of tote and backpack convertible options out there, but they all look not so great. this looks like a cute bag that's like part of your outfit. So it points to Vestirsi for bringing that much functionality and this much capacity with style, quite honestly. And the more you wear it, the more it's gonna look even better, because this pebbled leather is first of all gonna hide all like the scratches and things, but it will get more soft and more broken in, and you're gonna get that beautiful slouch and like suppleness to it. So I think it'll age really, really well. So if you haven't checked out the Bella yet, definitely give it a go. Check out the different sizes that they have as well. And if you're so inclined, there is a link to it in my description, and it would help me out a lot if you made your purchase using my link, but no worries either way. And I will see you guys next time.